Nothing makes me feel better out there than listening to like a song that I used to listen to when I was 16 years old, and it brings back memories. It helps me also dissociate from what I'm doing or the suffering that I'm going through. I think when we toe the line, we know that we're about to suffer a whole lot, and sometimes it happens from the very minute that the line starts. You never know when it's going to happen, but you know it is going to happen at some point, and you're ready and you embrace it. For me, Western States is legendary. There's no other way to describe it. The Olympic Valley is always very exciting, especially Western States Week. It has a special feel to it, and I think it's something that all of the runners running the race will feel, but also the spectators and all of that. It's like there's a lot of energy out here, and being here is very special in this week. And we've hit the point in the training process that we're just ready to go and excited to hit that start line for sure.
Marianne Hogan, I think, is a really interesting character ahead of the 2026 Western States. I was actually talking to Travis, our stats guy at Free Trail. He informed me that she ran the fastest split last year between Forest Hill and the finish line, so she was closing hard at the end to earn her second podium finish here at Western States. If you can finish on the podium once at Western States, it's a career highlight. If you can do it twice, you are world class.
So talented. So few people, men or women, have ever had 2 podium finishes at both Western States and UTMB. She's honestly had almost bad starts in years past, not bad finishes. The way she closed both times that she ran here was incredibly impressive, and I'm really excited to see Marianne be in the fight early, because she's truly not someone I want chasing me from Rucky Chucky to the high school, because that is terrifying.
For me, this is really fun, and showing up and competing against the best in the world is thrilling, and it makes it a big goal, and that's what I like about it. So that's one of the reasons why I keep coming back. I think that there's a lot more to Western States than what people, like the general population, will say that Western States is a really fast race and you have to run fast to run Western States. But I think you have to manage a lot of different things to perform at Western States, and I think that that's what makes it really interesting to me. It's a very puzzling race in the sense that you have to deal with the altitude, you have to deal with the heat, you have to deal with obviously some faster running, but a lot of downhill running as well. I consider myself a weaker uphill runner, so I know that there's a lot of uphills on the course. So yeah, I think for me, Western States in terms of its physical demands is very large. But obviously for me, Western States is also a lot more than that. It's history, community, and just always a fabulous opportunity to race the best athletes in the world. Yeah, so it's funny because the puke and rally moment was one of many. There was only one that showed up on camera, but I had a lot of those instances actually. When I was going down into that second canyon right before Michigan Bluff, I got a heat stroke. I clearly did. I sensed my temperature go up and up and up, and eventually I felt very, very dizzy. Yeah, it was quite the struggle from Michigan Bluff all the way to Pointed Rocks. I just had a lot of digestion issues, and I know that the heat impacted that, and I hope that I better prepare this year, and I'm hoping that I will not face those kinds of issues this year.
2026 Western States 100 is finally here. One of the most talented groups of professional athletes assembling on this historic course.
You know, the morning of, you just got to go through the motion. Like, I don't think extending your nerves will do anything the morning of. Like, I usually try to stay as relaxed as possible, and spending time with my crew helps me usually calm down. Like, I like to do the warm-up and stuff with my crew and just be able to chit-chat with them and stay calm. What I like about the race is that it's an incredible opportunity to spend a whole entire day with yourself in your mind and trying to figure out what's going on and how you can become a better person, a better athlete. And so I usually try to focus on that. Like if I am ever getting stressed, I'm like, you know, once the gun goes off, like all bets are off, and it's up to you to do what you want with this day. So that's what I like to think about if I ever get stressed in the moment.
Your journeys become part of who we are. And I hope, and I pray, and I know that Western States is going to become part of your life from this moment on as well.
It takes a little while to get the machine going, and I felt like the first 15 minutes were maybe the part of the race where I was most out of my control in a certain sense. Like I felt out of breath, and I decided not to push. I just kind of hung back and eventually got closer to the top of the escarpment. But yeah, I took it very easy, and you have to remember it's a 100-mile race, and you don't have to be the first one at the top of the escarpment. I think it's such a visual that like when you get to the top of the escarpment, it's like the beginning of the journey towards Auburn. And I feel like it takes you half a second to turn around and savor the moment, and there's so many people out there and they're all cheering for you, and I feel like soaking in the energy can bring you so much more than sprinting to Auburn in that, you know, that direct second. And yeah, I have vivid memories of going up the top of the escarpment every year that I've been out here, so I'm happy that I took the split second to turn around.
Marianne Hogan off the front of the women's race, just about 147 elapsed, the Canadian two-time podium finisher here at Western States.
I much prefer running downhill than uphill, and that section is very, it's very flowy, and I almost prefer being behind at the top of the escarpment because I can really take advantage of that section. And so I didn't rush the process. I just ran down the mountain and eventually caught up to the leaders and decided to keep going with the speed that I was going.
Good job, good job, good job.
Yeah, it was a good feeling. It wasn't a strategic move more than a intuition kind of, and going with the flow of the trails. As compared to my first two experiences, I had walked a lot of that climb in my first two experiences, and yesterday I ran most of it and felt pretty good doing it, and so that put me in a very good mind space because I knew that if I'm able to run those kinds of climbs, it means that I'm doing pretty good for the rest of the race. So it was a good feeling, and Robinson Flat is also the first kind of bigger aid station, and yeah, as opposed to the previous years, I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep going, which is also, I think, a testament to how I was feeling and wanting to stay.
Last we had seen, there was a big pack of women basically together. This is indeed Jennifer Lichter from Missoula, Montana, coming into Robinson Flat in the lead of the Western States 100 in her debut 100-mile race. Marianne
Hogan.
Here's the pack. This was our race leader. Last we had seen the women's pack at Duncan Canyon. Marianne still very much in contact here. Bowers, it looks like definitively Jen Lichter has made a move on the climb to Devil's Thumb, something that we sort of predicted might be the case. Jen Lichter, one of the best climbers in the sport.
I have a tendency of attacking the downhills more than I should, and it makes the uphill harder for me sometimes in these races. So I was purposefully trying to take those sections easier, and I think that it made the climbing easier, and I felt really good at the top of Devil's Thumb. It was really nice to see Katie or Topher from the race, and I was happy to be there, and I knew that Lottie wasn't far, and I had been given the gap at Dusty Corners, so I knew that the girls were somewhat close, but I was mostly focused on, at that point in the race, I feel like it's still pretty early on, even if you've ran many miles, and I think that it's important to run your own race and go about your own feelings as opposed to trying to stay connected. But I mean, to each their own. But that's just what I like to do.
Yeah, you look great.
Thank you.
Marianne Hogan, we've mentioned this a number of times, but also two-time podium at UTMB. one of the best 100-mile runners of the last 5-10 years for sure. I'm sure waiting for her breakthrough to actually go through and win one of them after 4 podiums on the sport's biggest stages. Who knows?
Yeah.
Today could still be her day.
Again, it's not over until they get to the track. We've had some tight battles in the past.
There's a lot happening in Forest Hill, and it's good to make it to Forest Hill. You can get what you need, and then run through the crowds, which I enjoy. It's nice to see that ultra running is becoming more and more popular, for the simple reason that it's nice to think that more and more people are out there running and enjoying the days in the mountain as opposed to being more sedentary.
I do think Marianne is just far enough back that unless something really happens to Jennifer or Riley,
Less than 8 minutes off the
we
lead.
might be starting to lock up a general sense of our podium.
For me, Recce Checky crossing the river gives you a break anyways, so I wanted to use that time to regroup and then have the uphill on the other side to make it to a longer aid station at Green Gate, and the rest of my crew was there to welcome me. I learned that Caitlin was the one charging me. That definitely did not reassure my my podium finish, and obviously friendly competition because I really appreciate Caitlin. But yeah, my pacer and I definitely put a foot on the gas and pushed through that section more than I would have liked to. It would have been nice to be able to kind of just relax, but at the same time, keeps you on your toes, and it's what makes this sport interesting. For me, it starts from Roby Point. Like, as soon as you hit the pavement and your crew and your pacers and everyone, your family, your friends can run with you. Like, for me, that's that's a very special moment, just because like you get to share this excitement with everyone, and you're super tired, but everyone around you is extremely excited.
F3 one more time.
The track is maybe my favorite time of the whole day. It's so cool to have your team run on the track, and the crowd is big to welcome you in, and it's kind of like the celebration for a really hard day and the hard few months of preparation. So I think we really have to make sure that we savor that moment, and I think that I did just that. The whole experience for me is just like closing off the journey. Like, okay, I did it. You know, I went through this day, and last year I remember feeling this immensely because I had such a difficult day. Like, I was just so relieved to make it to the finish line, and you know, we only have so many finish lines in our lives, and so yeah, I want to make sure that this one's extra special.